House of Pride right here. We're going to play this song out. Here it comes. Got to wait for it.
All that pressure got you down, has your head spinning all around. Feel the rhythm, chant the rhyme. Come on along and have a real good time. Like the days of stomping at your boy. Now we're free. Oh, what a joy. Just come on down to 54. Find your spot out on the floor.
There's the money sound. That was the climax. Got to wait for that one.
The money sound. Yes, money sound.
That was great. That's the brilliance of the group Chic. We're going to get into them at 7 with a live interview with Alfa Anderson, live from New York, one of the former original ladies from the group Chic, now in their own band called Next Step. We're going to learn all about it. Pearl Tees, take it away.
So that was definitely a throwback. I remembered that song growing up. So we have Frank Vasconcellos. I say cellos because I was an orchestra growing up, but cellos. What's going on, Boo? It's been a while since we've had you.
Thank you, Pearl. How's everybody doing out there in Radio Land?
And hopefully
Audience
fabulous.
Land, Tweaka.
Welcome back, honey.
Thank you so much. Great to
been
be
a
back
long
here.
time.
What a hell of a drive to get over here, child, from the East Bay.
Tell me about it.
Whoa.
And the traffic was just crazy all day today. I've been watching on the news. I don't know what's going on.
The Giants game.
Is
Did
that
they
what
win?
it is? I don't know. I don't know her. So, you brought your fabulous fiance,
Yes.
Gary.
Welcome, Gary.
What's going on, Gary?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having
Fabulous.
me.
Thanks for coming.
I'm just the sideshow here. Yeah.
Yes. It's her handler. Okay. So,
Handler.
what do we've got going on? What do you have coming up? Or what's been going on since we've last seen you?
Well, there's been quite a bit. I had a job change, career change back to my original career as a mortician. I was in the hotel business when I came here last Halloween.
That's right.
Yes, and then so I got back in the business and working at Chapel of the Chimes in Hayward.
Was it hard to get back into the groove of things, or?
It was a bit. Yeah, I was gone for 3 years, and I worked with Galilea, 41 here in San Francisco, our Empress of 41.
I met her for the first time
41st
here.
Empress
She's
of
a
San Francisco,
mortician
Galilea.
as well.
Who would love to lay ya?
Wait, what's the term?
Just a mess. I met her for the first time here a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
So
It was
sweet.
great, huh?
So sweet.
Yeah, we tear in that place. We have a great time at work. You know, we're 7 of us directors, and Gally, she, a.k.a. Chris, does all the scheduling and.
So what is it that you do?
Does she get her hands
actually
dirty?
she's got like one job of 7 people. Yeah, no kidding. Busy. But it's great. I do the arrangements with the families and do the conference, and I don't do embalming hardly anymore.
Okay.
Restorative art, but I'm going to do some makeup and hair this week. And
I would love to come in and see that sometime. That sounds so cool.
It is, it's really an honor and it's a true gift what we do, in this industry, because it's also a ministry as well. What we do, it's can be depressing. It can be sad. People say, "How do you live your life? How do you do it?" It's like you drink a lot after work.
Yeah. I mean, I think
You
that's
have to have a
with
good
every
life.
career. But now, for those of you that don't know, Frank's not one of your typical ladies. So do you know how to do makeup outside of?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I did this grandmother years ago when I worked in San Leandro at a family-owned funeral home, which will remain nameless. But the granddaughter just fell in love with me. Her grandmother, she swore she looked 50 years younger, right? And I just, do what I do. And so she hired me to do her wedding, so her hair and makeup and her 4 bridesmaids, and paid me a lot of money to do that. I was really nervous because I'm like, well, first of all you girls have to lay on a table, not breathe.
Yes.
Don't talk. It was a joke, but you know, it was great, and they looked beautiful, and it was just kind of a pin-up hair. They wanted the hair up because it was summer, and then I had curls coming down off the sides and the back, and it was just, I mean, I just took some pictures off the internet, and this is what you want, and I did it, and I can work off a picture like that.
All right.
It was amazing. I love it. I love.
I'm sure it had to be a little different, though. Was it a little different?
It was, because, you know, trying to do lip liner on somebody who talks is really hard.
And standing up. He tells them to lay down.
I love it.
On their makeup, does their hair.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's our joke.
But then, you know, and then it's just been a tragic year. You know, I lost my aunt in January, my auntie June.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she was lovely. I loved my auntie and my uncle just before that. And then my sister in March.
Sister.
Yeah. So this year has been kind of an up and down. It's, you know, a lot of passing, a lot of deaths in my circle.
It's a rough start.
Yeah,
rough start.
And then I got back in the business because my sister wanted me to get back in the business. Before she died, she goes, "You're gonna get back in the business," and I was working as a bartender.
Did you get to do her makeup? Did you get to do her makeup?
No, she was cremated.
Okay.
We had her cremated. She's in an urn at her son's house, and I have a little bit of ashes in her hummingbird urn at home.
That's cute. I always thought that I wanted to be buried because I didn't want to get cremated if I was still alive, you know?
Yeah, people ask me that. How do you know I'm dead? I said,
Yeah.
well, we pinch your toes.
Yeah, but I feel like I just read something about some guy waking up in his coffin or something not too long ago. I don't know. But I recently read some quote the other day that said that they preferred to be cremated because they've always lived in a box and they don't want to die in a box. Something like that, and I thought that was very cool.
Yeah. Bruce Jenner just came up and said something like that on I Am Kate or Kate.
Yes.
Oh, I can't. I Am Kate, and I love that show.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about him not being so knowledgeable. He wants to represent, but not. You can't represent just being pretty and rich.
Yeah.
And having all this power, you got to be really knowledgeable. And when he snuck over here to the HRC Center,
I saw that episode. Yeah,
I cried, man.
Yeah.
Pearl, I was crying because, you know, Brandy, I believe, is the one that transgender and can't go to nursing school, and
Blossom.
You know, Blossom. That's it. I'm sorry, Blossom. Yeah, and it was just so amazing that these stories, and it's like you could see him or her. I'm sorry, Kate. You could see her just. It's clicking.
Yeah.
I think she's getting it.
Yeah.
But it's just going to really take a while, and I think this show is really, really going to come up because she says, "I've lived in a box all my life. I never was able to be who I am." He's now beautiful. He's rich. He's famous, and he wants to represent. But boy, does he have a lot of work to do. And I hope that the show really can show. We've seen him become a her. Now I would like to see her be able to represent in a very, very formal way of knowledge, not just looking pretty.
Yeah, she's got a lot of work to do. For many reasons. One, she still has to work on herself. She's not really comfortable completely with herself yet, and I feel like you can tell.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it does take time, and it's like she's not even really comfortable with herself. Like her voice is like a big thing with her.
Like the
right
bikini issue.
And the paparazzi puts in her box.
Yes.
I mean, she's confined with a major constraint.
Yeah.
And that nobody can overcome.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of things. She's on this pedestal and she's in the public eye and she's got to live up to these standards, and it can be a lot for one person who's just now stepping into this community that they really have no idea about.
Yeah.
I'll take a bus trip with her any day though.
Yeah. I mean,
That'd be fun.
I mean,
yeah. I start my transition in 8 days. So
And on that note, maybe
maybe that's her.
maybe that's Kate.
House of Pride Radio.
Oh, yes, Jay there.
Don't tell me.
Sorry, that's the wrong show, honey. Everyone say goodbye to Sweet Cream.
Bye, girl.
Bye, darling.
Try again.
Sweet gal, sorry.
So you start your transition in 8 days?
Well, I start HRT in 8 days, hopefully.
Really?
What does that
so
stand for?
Hormone replacement therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So she could ride with me on a bus until I'm finished and help a girl out. Just pick it up and hang out.
Is it her?
It's not going to take much hormones to make you look ladylike.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sure. Well, what I'm worried about is like the emotional effects because I'm not so much of an emotional person.
You're
going
gonna be crying tears of joy.
Or I'm going to be the biggest bitch you've ever met.
I
when
doubt it.
I think you're
get
gonna be
my-
both,
No.
actually.
Because your soul is your soul.
Yeah.
You know, these HRTs are going to change you physically, but not your heart and soul, honey.
You got
Well,
the
it'll
voice
make you
down already.
snap.
You
Yeah.
already got the voice
well,
down. See,
Pearl, get on the phone.
I'm
All right, pretend
telling
you're on the
you,
hormones
I'm
now
going-
and answer
I
that
will
phone.
go talk to these people. What does she have to say?
House of Pride.
Hey, House of Pride. Isn't this Wednesday, 6
Yeah.
o'clock?
Yes, honey, we're in the middle of an interview. You keep calling. What do you need?
Well, I thought this was Jay's
Well, it's
show.
not. It's House of Pride.
House of Pride.
It's
Oh, geez, I got the wrong number. But thank
All
you
right,
much.
have a good afternoon, honey. Everyone say goodbye to Sweet Gal.
Bye, sweet
Bye,
gal.
sequel. Sequel.
Well, the best of luck to you. We can't wait to see the transition.
Thank you. It's gonna take some time, but
Yeah, that's great though. I mean, you know what you want, you feel what you want to be, and you know, I'm proud of you. That's great.
I'm definitely gonna have to deal with some mood swings, though. That's part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of it. But anyway,
Well,
So-
I'd
so-
like. I'm sorry. I'd like to take a small music break. Dedicate this song to you, Pearl.
oh no, uh-oh.
There she is, Miss America. There she is, your ideal. The dream of a million girls who are more than pretty can come true in Atlantic City. For she may turn out to be the queen of femininity. There she is, Miss America. There she is, your ideal. With so many beauties, she took the town by storm with her. Oh, American face and form, and there she is, walking on air. She is fairest of the fair. She is Miss America.
We're back at House of Pride Radio. I'm Tweaka Turner and my lovely co-host.
Pearl Tease.
We're here with Frank and Gary again.
Miss America.
So go ahead, Gary. Take it away.
I was going to say another milestone that we reached this past year was my hot Frankie Bear turned 50.
I can't believe it. Y'all have to get into this. I should post up a picture of him, but I'm not gonna do it. And you could. I don't
It's the
believe
big
it.
5-0. You look gorgeous, darling.
Well, thank you. Age is just a number.
He has his cowboy hat on. We should start taking pictures in real time and posting. I guess so our people, fans who are listening can see what's going on in the studio. We're going to get on that next week, Pearl.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for your 50th birthday?
Well, we did. We had a big old bash. My Gary Bear had a birthday party for me at the world famous turf club in Hayward,
Oh, okay.
and it's a more of a sports bar themed place that we all gather
Oh,
for years
bunch.
and years and years. Yeah, and outside beautiful patio, and he threw. We had a roast for me.
Oh,
Like
my
a
goodness.
celebrity roast. Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, like a
We say
pig?
roast.
Was there a
yeah.
pig?
Verbal
Well,
roast.
I was the pig.
We had a verbal roast.
Did you guys have
I wanted the
actual
other kind,
comedians?
but
Yeah, I have one of my ex-partners there who's very, very dear friend of mine, lives out here, and Gary just, he just...
we did a great job.
You truly are blessed when you have good friends and you are happy with your life and your job and you have a good partner, whoever that may be. You're blessed, and I am blessed, and can't wait for the next 50.
Yeah, I love that. I always say, you've made it in life when you have great people that surround you.
Yeah, and music,
With his roast.
music and friends. Gotta love music. All right, Tweaka.
Yes, music is my life.
And I'm telling you, Chic, I grew up with Chic. Boy,
Are you going to stay? You'll stay, right?
Oh, heck yeah. Are you kidding? I'm going to say hello to this beautiful diva. Jeez. What memories of music when you hear La Freak or when you hear anything of that era, you can actually remember dancing at a disco. Your high school dance.
It's left. I mean, like Pearl pointed out, it's just from our generation that it really had that impact. Of course, the music carries over to today in many different ways. It like laid the foundation of what how a dance song should be like built. And the groove of a dance song. But when the real deal was happening, it left such an imprint. I mean, it was the model of what dance music should be. And I thought they had many albums, but when I was prepping with Alfa, when I called her earlier, there was only a couple of albums. And the songs that stood out for me was like that one that goes Dance, Dance, Dance.
Wowza, yowza, yowza.
Yes, remember that? And those
I want to boogie with you.
And those were the build-ups to Love Freak, which just took over the world back in the day.
Do you remember a Chic song named Spacer?
No, I don't.
We have to find it.
I'm only a top 40 guy.
Uh-oh.
That was really hot. It was a great song.
Let's ask Alfa about that.
Yeah,
song.
let's ask her. I can't wait.
Speaking of birthdays, there's somebody else who's been a guest on House of Pride who has a birthday. Is it today?
It is today.
Who is it?
It's Miss Vicky Shepard.
Oh,
International
Vicky
Recording
Shepard's
Vicky
birthday.
Shepard today, yes.
Fabulous.
August 12th, yes.
I love it.
Happy birthday. Should we call her?
Let's do
She,
it.
she,
Let's do it.
So Vicky Shepard's been a guest on House of Pride, but she also lives in the Bay Area. I wonder if she would mind if we called her. Should we just try it, Pearl?
Let's
Yeah.
try it on this 19-something phone.
1978, but
It's a 1976, I think.
oh right, right. The year is that was the year of that color. It's sand is the color that.
That's
phone-
right.
It's like an off beige.
Who had the avocado green phone
Oh, those were great.
Green.
with the dial and your finger would get stuck?
The good old days. The good old days, everyone.
I hate it when the finger got stuck in the hole when you're trying to dial.
Well, let's give it a try. Here
Let's
we
do
go.
it.
Hmm. I hope people don't have that machine that copies the sound of the dial tone and
Ooh, boo, doo,
yeah,
doo,
the trace.
doo.
Well, here we go.
She's my fellow Leo diva.
You could do it. This is your life.
Yes, you can.
The phone is ringing. The suspense is building.
And the texter doesn't pick up.
Oh, is that part of the plan?
She may not recognize the phone number.
Hi, this is Vicki,
We'll see.
and I'm sorry I missed your call, but please also leave a message and as well try my home number if you would like. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Get away from the beep.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or, press 1
5
for more options.
All right, everyone.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vicky Shepard.
How about that?
Happy birthday to you. From House of Pride Radio.
House
Yes.
of Pride Radio. Love you, girl.
Love you, honey.
Bye.
All righty.
Well, anybody else who has a birthday today or celebrating Leos, give yourself a round of applause.
Come on, Leo.
Leo Prapia.
So, I have a question. You guys have been engaged since 2013.
2013? Yes.
When would you guys have an actual date?
We don't.
Everybody always asks us that.
I want to DJ your
Well,
wedding.
what
Yeah, right?
what do you have a idea of what time of year you want to do it? You want a spring wedding, a fall wedding,
Well, we were thinking about, definitely summer, yeah.
summer?
Maybe even into October since, the whole month of October, I am just like...
We never really talked. We haven't talked about details yet.
Well, why don't you talk about it
love
live on the
October.
I
air?
know, right? Let's figure it
We're
out.
live on the air.
It's going to be a couple years. We know that. We definitely have to save up some money because we're going to have a kick-ass party of the year
I love it.
for sure. We want it to be grand, spectacular event in our own style.
Yeah.
But it's going to be awesome and major.
Do you know where you want it?
No, but I definitely think we want to do a nice venue.
Yeah, someplace where his kids can be. You know, I mean, his youngest is
Kid-friendly.
11. He's got 3 kids. He's Daddy Gary.
Yeah.
He has 3 kids.
Cute.
One's 16, 13, and 11. So even if, you know, the youngest is under 21, we won't be able to accommodate, because I want them all, you know, to be a part of this. So because it's a celebration.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of work. I'm
It is.
currently someone's maid of honor, so we're trying to get that ready. And it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of work.
You say that. You say it like you bit into a lemon.
Very convincing.
God,
Yes.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun to put it together. But I think it's even more fun if it's your own wedding, because you're the one who's actually making the decisions. You're not just trying to make... Anyway.
We'll
Anyway.
get there. Frankie and I are going strong, and we'll get there. It's going to be a couple years, and we know we're not going anywhere, so.
Yeah, that's for sure. No way.
He says he'll bury me.
Oh right, he'll make you look pretty, or whoever comes first. You might have to do it.
Well, I don't know. I'll probably go first. You know, if you go to deathclock.com and enter your information, you'll know when you die.
Oh, does that work?
Deathclock.com.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, I
let's
would
do
never
it.
do that.
I did it. I'm supposed to die at 72 years of age, and I just turned 50, so.
22 years left.
Yeah. I mean, what if we really, really, truly knew? What if?
I know what
Would you change anything?
Oh,
Well, I probably would have a long time ago just because. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to know. Like, oh, you have 18 hours left. Make
I
the
would
most
definitely
of it.
want to know. And what would I change? I would just hurry up and do all those little things that I haven't done, like organize my bills or organize my underwear drawer.
I love it.
Put the underwear on the left and the socks on the right. Right now, it's everything all mixed up.
Like notarize your will ASAP.
Yeah.
Polish my car,
Right.
my new car.
Anyways. But,
Those kind of things.
I have a question, because when you were talking about the passing of your loved ones, does it affect you differently because you're in the business and you're around that transitioning from life to the other side and so much? Like, you know how a lot of people are devastated by the loss of their loved ones. Do you see it in a different light?
I do. When my aunt and my uncle, they within 2 years of each other, I was a big part of it. I didn't do the actual preparation work, but I was there as a director. I dressed my auntie and did her hair and her makeup and everything. I picked her up and placed her in her casket, and it was such an honor to be able to do that for her because she knew I would anyways. With my sister was different. I was a complete wreck. So all these years, 27 years, I've been giving advice to families and mentoring them through their loss. Even children didn't understand why mommy was gone or daddy was gone. I couldn't remember anything I told them. I still, to this day, have a hard time.
Uh-oh.
So it's something that I deal with every day. Grief comes in so many stages, and I like to say that I know more than most people because of what I do for a living. Definitely love life more than I did before I went to mortuary college. There is an actual college for this, what I do. But it doesn't make it any easier.
Do you believe in like a life after death? What's your take on that?
I do. And I do believe in spiritual beings, people that are still around. I felt it a few times.
Have you felt it at work?
Many times.
Give us an example. That's interesting because I tend to believe in something like that too. Like there's something.
This is a true story, and people are listening up there. They're going to think he's full of whatever, but this is a true story. I was working on a young boy who passed away, 16, and I just kept hearing this repetitive motion of hymns referring to underdeveloped arteries of him, poor blood supply, low energy, constant. And during the procedure of embalming, we use as different instruments for different size of our, from an adult to a child to a baby if we're doing the preparation work. And this message I was getting from him, I relayed to his aunt during a conference when they had the visitation. and it was just a packed house. And I was just talking to the aunts, and they're asking me if I knew what he died from. I said no. I says, but he was letting me know that there's these messages about poor circulation, artery. I kept hearing arteries. Well, in fact, the aunt took her 2 sons, who were 10 and 8, to the doctor at Kaiser, and they came up with the same exact underdeveloped arteries, and they are on medications for the rest of their lives.
Oh,
so
my
I saved
goodness.
their lives. And when I would see them in the street at the shopping center in San Leandro, or even at church for Mass, they'd always come up and say, my son, my brother. They always refer to me as family.
Oh, that's so interesting.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So nobody knew what he passed away from. He was just at the time.
No, it was a coroner's case, but we never really hear the final cause. The death certificates go to the family.
Yeah.
But it was very interesting, because I ended up getting in a little bit of trouble, because the coroner was like, well, who is this gentleman who's telling families this? Because now they're calling us and want to know why we didn't catch this. And it wasn't even on the causes of what they gave,
stirring it up,
that his arteries were like the size of a 8-year-old boy instead of a normal 17-year-old boy.
Oh, goodness.
So it's all pathology that we learn as more embalmers, but it was just something that it wouldn't let go. It was in my mind. I kept hearing him, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so thankful.
Yeah,
I did.
That could be more.
You
bad
saved the
news.
lives of the brothers.
His nephews.
His nephews.
Yeah. It was.
That's a story, Pearl.
Yeah, that is. That's
and a couple other things I've related to families regarding, and it's nothing that dramatic, but signs of like, well, how did you know that? And it's like, well, I'm hearing this, and I'm being told to tell you this.
Oh, so you hear as you're preparing
them.
Sometimes you'll get these messages in their head.
Absolutely, and it's strong. It comes strong, and it's like, and I've been right on. I'm not no John Edwards or anything, but
you're like the embalmer whisperer.
I know, I am the embalmer whisperer. That's going to be a new show.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Forget about the ghost whisperer.
Come
Move
on,
over
Bravo.
Jennifer Hewitt, get out of there. Here
Bravo,
comes
jump
Frank
on
B.
this.
Bravo kicked out Kathy Griffin. Here comes Frankie.
I love it.
Yes, Ernie says that the money's in the...
It's such a funny thing, because our whole entire life being, and we're just here in these physical presence, but we don't always just go away. We don't.
I've often thought about that, like what's the process,
Yeah.
Because
I've always hoped for reincarnation. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed.
What would you want to come back as?
Another person.
Another person?
Yeah, another person. Life is precious. So.
Well,
It is
on
precious.
that note, nothing. Let's keep
My
going.
honey works at a bank. He just got a new job at the bank. Yeah,
Come on,
he
new
got
job.
a new job. It's a lateral move, but he's out of a department in a new department, and I'm proud of him.
Where's this at?
Well, thank you. But trust me, my job is not that exciting when it comes to Frank.
Well, just having a job is an accomplishment in this economy.
Trust
Yeah.
and believe.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, honey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we go to the bar, and people ask me what I do, and I tell them I'm a senior project manager for a major bank. They're like, I could see them falling asleep, and then they ask Frank what he does, and their eyes go
Light
wide
up.
open, and they wake up, and next thing I know, they're talking 20 miles a minute. And
I know the
I'm
questions.
like going to the bathroom and getting drinks for everybody.
Life of a handler.
It's
Poor
great.
But, it's all worth it.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Well,
And also, what have you guys been up to in the past year?
We always talk about this on every show. Pearl updates me on what she's doing, because every week seems to get busier for you.
yeah, I just can't take it. It's disgusting.
What are like the highlights of the rest of this month for you?
The rest of I have another appointment for my laser hair removal, and then I start the hormones.
That's a big deal.
That's about it for this
is.
month. This month needs to hurry up and get over with.
Are you still performing?
Yes.
And where's the next place that you're performing at? Let's see.
So
Today
last
is
weekend
Wednesday.
I performed at Balançoire in the
Balançoire.
Mission, and then right after that I was at the Cafe for Glamazon. This week I'll be at Balançoire again, and I have something on Friday. I'm going to check out the new event that's happening.
At OMG?
No, it is somewhere downtown though. It's called it's by Frisco Robbie. It's called El
Oh, I think it's on
Mundo.
Van Ness.
Yes.
Bring your mic closer. I'm
Yeah.
fading in and out.
I'm gonna try to swing by over there because I heard they're gonna have entertainers and stuff like that. So maybe I can
Awesome.
jump in.
Yeah, he should hire you.
Open mic? Is that what it is?
Probably like drag queens and stuff like that.
There's different. I think there's different stages or different rooms where different
Something
people do
like that,
something.
yeah.
It's evidently it's a big event. We're going to learn more about that. But go, girl! You were great at Balançoire. Balançoire has their Sunday brunch. It's every Sunday starting at 12:30, and it's a great deal. It's a great brunch. It's bottomless mimosas, and the drag show is just out of this world. And Pearl T's brought it last week. I know this because I'm their DJ. I'm in the background and I'm watching it, and the crowd loved it, girl.
But you
go
have
get
some
it.
exciting news. Are you going to be DJing there on August 30th?
No, I won't be because we'll be in Silicon Valley Pride.
So it sounds like Tweaka's going to be at Silicon
Yeah,
Valley
you know who's
Pride.
performing there, don't you?
Jeannie Tracy and Debbie Holiday.
Yes.
And you should come down because they're going to then after their performance come over to us, Pearl.
Fabulous.
Jeannie said she might. It depends on how tired she is. She wants us to come to her
I
somehow.
just have to see if I'm booked.
Frankie is good friends with
Let me know ASAP, by the way.
Yeah.
I have to plan this. So many logistics.
God, I know Jeannie for 20 years. Boy. Wow, she's
You
fabulous.
know all the divas. It's
I've
so
been blessed.
it's so
How did, you
appropriate.
get, how did that happen? You're not even a drag queen.
You know, I know. I am a guy who is starstruck, and it all started at Trucadero with Paul Parker and Lisa and Tremaine. Not Tremaine Hawkins, but Tremaine. She sang Fall Down.
Mm-hmm.
Fall down on me. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
oh, she's fierce. She's fierce ruling diva. And, it just started from there, and then Linda Imperial, and, Joe Carroll, all through Troy Bronstein, who owns T-Best Talent Agency. He's their agent.
Oh yes, I know Troy.
Yeah, Troy and I dated for a while. Hi, Troy.
Oh really? I'm going to use that as
Hi,
bargaining
boo-boo.
chip for-
And, so I met a lot of them through there, and he and I mean, he loved it. I worked for T-Best and did some bookings, and then I just, meeting these people and realizing that they're like you, Tweaka and Pearl and my Gary Bear, but the happiness that they brought into my life with the music and the DJs that play their music at Trucadero when they end up, I mean, wow, and that's how it all
Well,
started.
how fitting you're here when we interview Alfa Anderson.
Yeah.
Did you have an opportunity to meet her yet?
Nope.
Oh, perfect.
No.
So speaking of the good sounds back in the day, Pearl, let's. Did you want to?
Well, we also have James Arena coming on to talk about his book about like previous divas that were.
Yes, he interviewed Alfa, and he's going to give us a nice setup before we call her. But in the meantime, let's listen to the one chic hit that we haven't heard of, and bring you back to the Trocadero.
Trucadero.
Trocadero. Evidently, I never made it there. But you all remember this one, except Pearl. Good Times.
How do you know I don't remember this?
Do you know this one?
Yeah.
All right, girl.
Totally.
Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times. A new state of mind. These are the good times. Happy days are here again. The time is right for making friends. Let's get together. How about a 9:45? Come tomorrow. Let's all do it again. Boys will be boys. Better let them have their toys. Girls will be girls, cute ponytails and curls. Must put an end to the stress and strife. I think I want to live the sporty life. change your fate. Let's cut the rug, little child and jitterbug. We want the best, we won't settle for less. Don't be a drag, participate. Clamps on the half shell and roller skates, roller skates. Good time. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. These are the good times. Good times. These are the good times. Our new state of mind. These are the good times.
All right, folks, we're back, House of Pride, and we have live with us Pearl Tees from New York City. We have James Arena. Are you with us, James?
I certainly am. It's a pleasure, as always, to be on your show.
What's going on, James? It's been a while.
It has been a while, but I feel like I'm a regular on your show. I always turn up every couple of months, right?
Well, I mean, maybe it's not often enough. We always miss you.
I think you should have me as a co-host on a regular basis.
You know what? We'll talk about that. Sure. Why not, Pearl?
You give that some thought.
So, as you know, we have at 7 o'clock Alfa Anderson coming on. We're going to do a live interview via your home turf, New York City. We're so excited. And thank you for taking the time, James, to talk to us about, what she means to you and how you guys did business together and so forth.
Oh, she is just a wonderful, wonderful lady, and you're going to find her to be extremely articulate. She's very good at expressing her thoughts about things, and so whatever questions you ask her, she's going to give you some great answers. She has an incredible history with Chic. I was just listening to Good Times that you were playing, and it's just such a wonderful song. And she's got all of that history behind her, and now I believe she's reunited with Norma Jean Wright, who was in the first Chic ensemble, and Lucy Martin. They formed a new group called Next Step.
That's right.
And they're out there bringing great new music to life again. So it's really all come full circle. She's a wonderful, wonderful artist.
Now, in your book, The First Ladies of Disco, which, by the way, is still available for purchase everywhere, is that right?
That's correct, yes. The first book was First Ladies of Disco. The second one that features Alfa is called First Legends of Disco.
Oh, I see. So she's in the second edition. And what did that... did you interview all the ladies of Chic?
Yeah, I pretty much got them all the major ones. Lucy Martin is also in First Legends of Disco, and Alfa's in there. And then in the first book, First Ladies of Disco, I know that's a little confusing. First Ladies of Disco features Norma Jean Wright. So yeah, I've got them all covered.
As you know, they were the voices and the half of the visuals, but the team behind that sound was Neil Rogers and
Bernard Edwards.
Bernard Edwards, who has passed away not too long ago. What did that sound and did you have an opportunity to meet those guys?
I did not. Nile Rodgers was extremely hard to get hold of, and I was unable to interview him for the books, and of course Bernard had passed away. But listen, when you think of the Chic sound, we just had that sound win a Grammy Award with Daft Punk, I think the year before last. So Niall is still a very active producer. He actually just produced a new Chic single. And if I'm not mistaken, Alfa is in the background, as is Lucy on that single.
Yes, it's called...
You'll want to ask her about that one.
It's called I'll Be There.
It's fantastic, that sound. It's timeless. You can immediately hear it and identify it as Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards. You can't miss that sound.
So on that note, what is that defining sound? What does that mean to you?
To me, it was an uplifting sound. It was a string-based sound, a nice bass rhythm sound that just lifted your spirits in a kind of a lighter way than some of the other disco hits of the period that were more lavishly perhaps produced. This was a simpler sound, I thought, but it had the same effect. It drove you onto the dance floor. It got you excited. It was distinctive. Usually with every Chic song, the first few chords, you knew exactly what song it was. The same thing when he produced songs for Diana Ross and other artists.
Right.
You knew that Chic sound right away. It was very identifiable and very important part of disco history, which is why I had these wonderful ladies in my books.
Yes, it definitely was a defining sound in the late 70s, mid-70s, late 70s, and then, as you pointed out, it's everywhere. To this day, it finds... that group finds it in contemporary music. Like,
don't forget, it also kind of really launched rap music, too, because they used the same Chic sound, the Chic theme from Good Times in... the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yes, Rapper's Delight,
which really kind of launched the whole rap movement.
That was,
so you can even thank them for that.
That was huge, and Get Lucky was, I think that's the song you're referring to from Daft Punk. That was huge, and that distinguished rhythm guitar was all over the place in that. And Pearl, you know that song.
Yeah.
So there's an example of Chic carrying through to your time.
Exactly. 2014, whenever that song came out. Look at that. I mean, look at the time span, and we're still listening to that sound. It's really incredible. It shows you the longevity and the quality of disco music. It just has carried through almost 4 decades, and it's really an amazing phenomenon when you think about it.
Well, we have 2 fans here of your books, Gary and Frank. Have you guys spoken before to James?
No. Hi, James. This is Frank.
Hey, Frank. How are you? Thanks for
great.
being a fan of the books. I appreciate that.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding? I mean, and, it's a trip that I get to talk to you because, Cynthia is a good friend of mine, as well as Jeannie and a few other people that you have in your book. And I really want to thank you. I mean, you've heard it a million times, but thank you from a true fan of all these women, the music, and you. I mean, I've pictured, darn, he got the book before I did. I should have done that. And thank you for bringing this book out and not forgetting these ladies. I think a lot of times people forget them, and I'm so glad you did this book. It's amazing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, Frank, that's really nice to hear. I appreciate that very much. And, the whole series of books that I've done has been an incredible experience for me. The book that followed First Ladies of Disco, First Legends of Disco. I did a book on the 80s called Stars of 80s Dance Pop, and I'm now working on a new book on the 90s.
Oh,
so
great.
I'm covering the whole series of eras that we had here in dance music. And it's an honor, and I think the problem in our country is we do have a very short memory for things. And I think if it didn't, if a song wasn't released in the last 6 months, it's almost like the artist and song are forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
So these women, these producers, these singers, everything, songwriters, it's my privilege to pay a little bit of a tribute to them. I wish I could do a bigger, better job for them, but I'm glad to hear you like these books, and I'm going to keep doing them and keep pushing them and hope more people will continue to read them like you.
Now, what I would love to do is have you just get these ladies together, come to San Francisco, and let's have a big party.
Yeah,
like you did in Palm
Springs. Wow, well, you know what? I
mean,
believe we will be out in Palm Springs, which is fairly close. I mean, not exactly, but there's going to be another AIDS benefit show next year in Palm Springs, and I think we're going to have another round of great performers at that from these books. So I'll keep you posted about that. But listen, any opportunity to get out there, I'll be there. Believe me.
Oh, great! Would love to have you, and I'd look forward to that Palm Springs trip. Hopefully, I would love to be able to make it out there.
Hey, James,
I hope so.
This is Gary, Frank's partner, and Frank is a walking encyclopedia of music and divas and artists and history. And I would love to see you guys in a room together. You guys probably wouldn't stop talking for 24 hours. And just on a side note, hot.
Oh, he thinks you're hot.
I'm looking at your pictures on Facebook.
Okay, that's James, the best compliment I've gotten. I don't care about the books. I'm hot.
The one with you,
That's all that
Linda.
counts.
The one with Linda
Thank
and
you very
Evelyn
much.
and Martha. Yeah. 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 Well, I was trying to keep it professional.
Settle down, everyone. Settle down. This is a family show.
It all goes back to disco music because that's what I listen to on my iPod, and that gets me pumped up for the gym. So, you can thank disco for anything that I may have at this particular moment.
All your muscles are disco muscles, built from the beats of the disco.
That's
songs.
right. Keep it up, baby. Keep it up.
So, James, I have a question
try.
for you. You've probably seen that that there's a hit disco song on the charts right now, and it's from the First Ladies of Disco.
Yes, and that is particularly rewarding. It was produced and created by James Washington, who manages First Ladies of Disco, and he's also my manager. And it was based on the book. The idea was to take some of the great women from the book, get them together to record a new song, and it's a very different type of song. It's called Show Some Love. And there are a ton of dance mixes on it, but even in its an original form, it's a great, great pop dance song. And I think when you hear these ladies sing it, you're going to be blown away. You should definitely try to get them on your show because it really is a great song. And they made the top 10 of Billboard's dance chart recently, so that's a real incredible accomplishment for these women. And the group is comprised of Martha Wash, Evelyn Champagne-King, and Linda Clifford.
Fabulous girls.
That's
Fabulous.
right. What's the name of the song again?
It's called Show Some Love.
That's right.
Can't miss it. There's
Pearl.
tons of remixes on iTunes.
Yeah.
It's all over YouTube. You can't miss it.
I think John Lepage, when he was on our show, gave us a sample of that like a few months back. I think he's one of the remixes on it.
Oh, he might be. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you've heard it.
Yeah, it's called Show Some Love, did you say?
That's
Yeah,
right.
Mecca and
First
Soul
Ladies
actually
of
did a
Disco.
remix.
So when you're going onto iTunes, you can download the book from there, and you can also download the singles. So you can get both.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient, folks? You heard it from
Isn't
the
that
author himself. Go not only for the music, but for the book. If you don't have the book, you should. I mean, like Frank keeps it on his nightstand with a candle lit at all times.
I think
Yes, I
everyone
do.
should do that if it wasn't a fire hazard.
Well, that's not all that's sitting next to your book with your picture in it. So.
We have plastic over the book, don't worry.
Yeah.
Like furniture. Yeah, it'll never
That's
be
right.
worn out. Well, it's getting to that time, Pearl Tease.
Yes, it is, girl.
And that time is our interview with Alfa Anderson, James Arena.
Well, you give her all my love. She's a wonderful lady. It was a privilege for me to interview her in the book, and she's going to give you a lot of great information, and she's just a very gracious lady, and I think you're just going to love her.
Great.
Well, we're going to let you go and segue. Now, she's in New York City, too, in Brooklyn, I believe. And where are you based?
Yes, that's correct.
Where are you in?
I'm in Queens. We're in the borough. We're a borough apart from each other.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. The same. This is where the talent lives in New York. There, so much talent, so much history. Thanks again for joining us, James. We just love it when you make the time for us, and we hope, like you said, make you come back more often.
I will be there at your beck and call. Don't worry. Anytime you want me, just give me a holler. I'll be happy to be on the show. I love it.
All right. Bye, bro.
Take
All right.
care.
Pleasure to meet you.
Bye, James.
Bye-bye.
Fabulous. Well, let's listen to Alfa's new sound with the
Let's do
other
it.
first ladies of Chic, and now they call themselves the Next Step. It's called Next Step, and their song that's out now. It's called Everybody Get Up. You ready for it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah. Baby. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Get on up. Yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. You get the best of me.
back at House of Pride show listening to Next Step, the former First Ladies of the group Chic, called Everybody Get Up. And we are honored, Pearl Tees, to have Alfa Anderson with us, one of the original members from the group Chic. Are you with us, honey?
Yes, I am, Tweaka. I'm certainly with you.
Welcome
Wonderful
to the House of Pride show.
Tonight.
How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much. And you?
I'm doing great. I'm here. There's a few fans with us today, so let me go around and introduce. Well, first of all, I have my lovely co-host Pearl Tees.
Hey, Bo.
Hey,
It's
how
good to
are
have
you?
you. Fabulous. I'm glad to have you.
Wonderful to be here.
And then we have two fans of yours. We have Frank and Gary.
Frank, Gary. Okay.
Hi, Diva.
Hi, guys.
Hello there, beautiful. How are you?
Wonderful.
Wow.
Thank you.
What an honor. Thank you so much for... my name's Frank. I'm Frank. This is Frank. Honey, thank you. I want to really personally thank you for, sharing your gift of music, voice, and song with the world, because you've really enhanced people's lives as well as mine. And just thank you so much for sharing your talent with everyone. Thank you.
And giving us
Oh,
great
I am
music
so
to dance
honored.
to.
I'm humbled right now. Thank
And
you.
giving us great music to dance to. We love you.
Frank, tell Alpha where you danced to her sound.
Oh, gosh. Trocadero, San Francisco. But even before I was old enough, Phase 3 in Fremont, California back in the 80s. Oh, my gosh, yeah. And my high school dance with my girlfriend, which is why I'm gay. Because...
Wait a minute, so are you trying to say our music did that?
No, it was my girlfriend. She didn't know how to dance, and the guys I was looking at knew how to dance. So that kind of, when you're doing Le Freak, you had to Le Freak, okay? She did know how to. She didn't.
Well,
she really
Don't
didn't.
blame your girlfriend, honey. When you were dancing, that's when it all came out.
I know, yes.
And our music was trying to create cultural empathy anyway, so it really didn't matter, as long as people got together and loved each other.
Oh, we had so much fun. It was so much fun. All those memories.
And still, even today, when we hear the song, any of your songs, it just gets us up and starts us dancing. They're timeless.
They are timeless.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been asked this question 1,000 times, Alpha, but if you wouldn't mind, I'm curious to know, how did you meet, like, Bernard and Niall back in the day?
Oh, I actually met them through Luther Vandross. That was the That's the person that introduced me to them. At the time, Luther was the premier background singer in New York, and he and Robin Clark and Diva Gray and David Ladsley, and I was becoming a part of that group. And he called me one day and said, I have this background session that I'd love for you to go and sing on. And I said, great, just give me the day and time and I'll be there. And he says, it's disco. And I said, disco? What do you mean disco? We're R&B singers. And he says, oh, come on. It's a friend of mine. It's fun. You're going to have a lot of fun. Just come on. And let me tell you, that was one of the best things that I could have ever done. I walked into that studio, and I heard that music and fell in love. Woo! At that very moment. I loved everything about it. So it was a great, great, great thing that happened for me. And I have Luther to thank for it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I never knew that, the backstory there, that Luther was working his magic in so many different places.
Yes.
That sound, can we talk about that? Everyone knows, it's world famous. It's a very distinctive sound. How would you describe it from your perspective?
The sound, the vocal sound was unique in that we did a lot of unison singing. And I think during that time people were singing a lot of harmonies. But we weren't. Niall and Bernard's vision was unison singing. And it sort of sit right in the track. So it was a part of the whole track, the whole music, the instrumentation. The vocals are really a part of the instrumentation. So that was very different for us. But we quickly learned how to sing in unison. And it's much harder to sing in unison than in harmony, because when you sing in unison, everything has to be perfect. The pitches have to be all right. The pitches have to be correct. The breath, everything, the intonation. So we learned how to do that. But that sound was just, I mean, who used strings at that time?
Yeah.
The strings were beautiful. Sometimes they were lush, like in the ballads. Other times they were funkier, you know, in some of the other songs. But the strings were always a standout. So that was something that I thought was very unique about that sound.
Absolutely, and also the driving guitar, like a rhythmic guitar from was that Niall playing that part, and Bernard was the bass.
Oh, absolutely. That rhythm section, I mean, what can I say? That was the tightest rhythm section. You know,
they're genius.
Niall with those funky, you know, syncopated rhythms that just got you moving, and Bernard holding down that bottom, and Tony holding down that bottom. It created a rhythm section to die for, and we absolutely loved working, and on stage too. We loved it because there was so much magic created live when those guys started playing together. It was like woo.
And so, take us back to when was the first major hit? Was that what was that? Was that Dance? Everybody Dance?
Yes. The first major hit was Everybody Dance. That's when Norma Jean Wright, who is she along with Lucy Martin and I have formed this new trio called Next Step. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yes, we will.
But that was Norma Jean Wright who did the vocals on that first album. An amazing job. And that's when the world began to take notice of these new kids, Mal Rogers and Bernard Edwards, who were creating a new sound.
They sure was a sound which lasts to this very day.
Yes.
And that you scored, you know, right off the bat. That was a top 10 hit on the pop chart, on Billboard Pop Chart. So, I believe, if not very close. And then you followed that up with, you know, another Dance, 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 which I remembered that crazy hook. Frank, what's that hook? You said it best.
Yowza, yowza, yowza. I'm a cowboy, honey, but I remember the good old days.
He's wearing a cowboy hat.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So brilliant. Oh, my God. You know, that was just a bomb back in the day. And then, of course, all hell broke loose with Le Freak. That was just...
Oh, boy, did it ever.
It
was like a tidal wave at the high school proms.
Did you love all the live? You guys must have been on crazy tours. Did you love that?
Yes, absolutely. And we loved receiving the love from the fans, and we loved performing this music. You know, but Le Freak was definitely. Some say that it still ranks among the top selling singles in Atlantic Records history.
All right.
Oh, awesome.
And I don't doubt that because that song was a huge success.
It sure was. I mean, I think, you know, it was funny. My co-host Pearl Tease is 28, so it's a little before her time.
But I grew up on Good Times.
So Good Times. So and another major hit
all the time.
Yeah.
She heard it when she was in her mommy's belly.
And I'm sure, Pearl, you would love to aspire to look like Alfa.
Oh, girl, yes.
You are just beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Alfa. Absolutely. We're looking at your picture right now.
Can you hear Gary?
I'm losing somebody right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're talking about how gorgeous you are, honey.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, please!
Alfa.
I certainly want to hear that. Turn it off. Don't turn that off, Mike, baby.
Well, you know.
Let me turn up his mic.
Let's put that out into the universe.
Yeah, you might turn Frank straight. So I'm gonna have to take his phone away from him.
Alfa, I have a question, Darlene. On this
Sure.
picture that I'm looking at with you, with the black beautiful outfit, you've got this gorgeous necklace on. Do you have your own jewelry line? Do you make your own jewelry?
No, I don't.
Because this is beautiful. It's big and bold and it's full of color and it looks fun. It's fun. I'm looking at
That particular piece is an original, one-of-a-kind piece that was on loan to me.
Oh my God.
For that particular photo shoot.
Wow.
It's an African piece. I think it's Ghanaian. And I saw it and I loved it. And, you know, we were going with this black and we were saying, well, we need to have a splash of color, something that's totally, you know, that will bring it all together. And she allowed me to use that for the photo shoot.
Well, it works.
I don't own it.
It's beautiful. I have a question. With other many hits y'all had, I was talking to Tweaka earlier, and he didn't know of that song "Spacer" with Nile Rodgers.
Oh,
one of my favorites that nobody really ever knew about, and I love it. So I just want you to know, fan.
Okay.
We know that already, Frank. We know you're a big fan. All right. So as we were getting you on the line, we were listening to the new song, "Everybody Get Up."
Yes.
Fabulous groove, and you threw a surprise in for us. Not only are you back, singing with the first ladies of Chic. How many was it? Always just 3, or did some of the ladies come and go? Like the Supremes.
Well, in the beginning, there were 3 of us. So we are the former ladies of Chic because we were around in the earlier days. And there's been Jessica, there's been Silver Logan Sharp, and right now they have fabulous women, my sisters, my Chic sisters, Falami and Kim Davis.
Oh,
who are doing an incredible job.
Got you. But you are the brand back in the day with the hits. That is your sound, Norma. You and Lucy? Yes.
Along with some other studio musicians who were very much a part of helping us to create that sound. Of course, Luther was there, and Diva Gray, and David Lasley, Robin, Alomar. So many people participated on that. And then Fonzie Thornton and Michelle Cobbs, who were also very instrumental in working with us. But we were the core group of studio and stage musicians.
And now you're back with this new group, folks, called Everybody Get Up. And there's a surprise. Kathy Sledge makes an appearance in this track. Kathy Sledge, of course, from the fabulous group Sister Sledge, who were like your contemporaries back in the day.
Absolutely. She was very young. I think she was 16 years old when she first stepped to the microphone to sing We Are Family, and we were just totally blown away, particularly by her ad-libs. I think those ad-libs might be some of the most famous ad-libs ever recorded in that song. And Kathy co-wrote Everybody Get On Up with Max and Lenny, who are the Arista Freaks. Those are the Ibiza-based producers. Lenny has now left, and there's Shanti there now. But those are the Ibiza-based producers and writers that are very responsible and supportive of what we're doing. They've written some songs for us, and we've been co-writing with them. But Kathy co-wrote that song for us, and she was like, "Oh, I hope you love it. I hope you love it. I was thinking about the way you sang back in the day, and I was trying to tailor-make it for you." And I think she did an excellent job. Thank you, Kathy. Love you.
Hey. Where is she based these days?
Kathy is growing, and she's all over the place. As a matter of fact, she's getting ready to put a tour together called I think it's Me and My Sisters.
Okay.
Yeah, My Sisters and Me, and she's getting ready to go on tour with Denise Williams, Karen White, and CeCe Peniston. So you guys look out for that.
You hear that, Frank?
That's going to be killer.
I have to call CeCe up.
Yeah, that's going to be killer.
Oh, it's going to be killer, yeah.
I love that all these artists are still getting out there in front of the fans and doing their magic. It's great. Including you guys. Everybody Get Up. It's the new single with Kathy Sledge. It's out now. People can go right to iTunes and Amazon and so forth and purchase it.
Right, and it'll probably, and actually with the Arista Freaks, which is a group which are our label mates on Pacific Electronic Music, PEM. That's the label to which all of us are signed, including Kathy. So, and the Arista Freaks are Max and Shanti.
Shout out to Arista Freaks.
Shout out to Arista Freaks, Kathy, and to Pacific Electronic Music.
Pacific Electronic Music sounds like a hot label. I want to learn more about them.
Yeah, well, it's a new label that was started by Max and Jerry Greenberg. You know, Jerry Greenberg was the president of Atlantic Records when Chic was signed. So he's joined forces with Max, who is an Ibiza-based producer, and they're interested in doing EDM music because it's so popular. You know, dance music never went away. It just sort of changed its name. You know, it's still some great dance music out here. So they are trying to do collaborations between classic dance artists and producers of electronic music. So we'll be around for a while.
Are there going to be producers remixes taking the song and making a bunch of different mixes to put out, or has that been done already?
Well, it has not been done for all of the songs, but it's something that we're definitely looking forward to doing. We've recorded 5 songs right now. 2 of them actually were remakes of Chic classics. Le Freak and Good Times, and Beatport actually sponsored a contest and had people do some remixes on that song. And the winner is on the website. You guys can check it out. Your listening audience can go to PacificElectronicMusic.com, and you'll be able to hear that. But definitely, remixes are in the works for everything that we're doing.
Mm-hmm. I forgot that Beatport's good for that kind of thing. Those contests, they have these fabulous contests on Beatport, and you get to hear new talent, up and coming remixes and producers that way. So that's a great idea.
Yes.
So we're just loving the song over here, and it's. But that's not all you're doing. You're going to be performing at some high-profile venues.
Yes. We're actually working on a tour. We had our debut actually at Light Club Mandalay in Vegas.
Ooh.
And it was so, let me tell you, it was so wonderful. It was the whole Studio 54 vibe. So we were on stage with the Arista Freaks, Max and Shanti, Lucy Norma, and myself, and we were singing our songs, and we're a little concerned about whether or not the younger generation was going to really take to this music.
Mm-hmm.
But they did. I mean, because they were on the floor and they danced through the entire set. Not only did they take to the new music, to the old music rather, the classic music, but they liked the stuff that we are currently doing. So that was really great. I mean, talk about Studio 54 again, all over again. We had the Cirque du Soleil dancers, so we had people on flying trapezes. There was smoke. There was confetti.
I love
it. It was wild.
That's a party.
That is a party.
It was a great party. And coming up in September, in a few weeks in August 23rd, actually, we're going to be performing at a very special event. It is Sarah Dash's disco brunch at Studio 54, the old Studio 54. It's now called 54 Below.
54
and
Below.
A great shout out and big hugs to my sister Sarah Dash, who's responsible also for introducing us, Tweaka.
I know, she's so fabulous. Thank you, Sarah Dash.
Yes, Sarah.
Shout out to Sarah.
We love her at House of Pride Music.
Love her.
Yeah, she's fabulous.
She is.
And so you'll be performing there. So is it sort of like you fall right back into the swing of things when you guys get together and sing?
We know what we do. It's been a long time since we've sung together, but some of the stuff that we do, of course, we recorded a long time ago, and we did it so much that when we start singing it, you get those nuances and you get back into it. So it's been wonderful singing with my sisters again and creating that magic. And we're also looking forward to move beyond that and create some new material, which is you've heard one of the songs, but we're interested in creating something else. Now that sound is probably always going to be a part of it because, I can't change my voice.
That's an interesting point. Where we were talking about how Niall and Bernard wanted the unit sound of the 3 female singers. Now that you can be more creative with your brand, the new brand, are you considering changing that format?
We are considering doing. We're in discussions. We're having conversations about it, and we're beginning to write and get new material. And we are going to do a lot more harmonies in the work that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But we find that we also love to do unison singing because we sort of cut our teeth on that. But we are going to be still going to do some dance music, some contemporary dance and contemporary R&B kind of music. So we're just working now to carve our niche and to sing together and let the magic happen.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really a special thing if you think about it. The history of the three of you that you encompass, and the opportunity that the three of you can actually get back together and bring it to the public, to an audience, to your fans. You know, that doesn't happen enough. You know, people's lives go in different directions, so it's a blessing to us.
It really is. It really is. We sit and talk about it all the time, and just a shout out to James Arena, because he is instrumental in this resurgence and having people interested. He sort of preserved our stories in his books, which I know that he talked with you about. But just a big thank you to James Arena for preserving our stories and making them out there, and for you all for playing the music, which preserves our stories as well.
Oh, I you know, I performed in drag to We Are Family like 10 times over the last. I know that's Kathy's song, but you know, for example, and then I DJ all the time. I've played. You know what I played a lot? It's funny. So we were talking about how the sound carries over into today's music. So, for example, before we called you, we were talking about the chic sound in Daft Punk, "Get Lucky," right?
Yes.
So often I'll mix, when I DJ, "Get Lucky" right into "I Want Your Love." It works perfectly. Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, it's a similar guitar, like, I don't know, something about it works. Yeah. Okay. So that's
I'll think about that.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing from a DJ perspective. You know, that's just my own take on it. But I'm super excited. Are you guys excited about this new music?
I love it. I love it.
Oh,
and I just love it. It keeps getting better and better and more modern, and still with that same good sound in the back that created who you are. Love it. Bring it. I want more.
You'll be getting more, Frank. You just be patient.
As I'm riding my horse, I want to hear some of that good stuff.
You know those cowboys, they just sing. You gotta take a deep breath.
We are, let me tell you, okay, we are uber excited about what we're doing, and we're so grateful to our label, Pacific Electronic Music, for signing us and for understanding our vision and help supporting us to create next step. Mm-hmm. What are these next steps? Where are we going to go? And so I don't know. I'm trying to contain myself right now because I'm so excited about working with them and about working with the label.
What is are you and Niall still good friends?
We speak. I saw as a matter of fact, last year when we were in Ibiza recording the new material, Niall was there. He was performing there to open, I think it was the opening of the Hard Rock Cafe, and we went to the concert, and he had a special place set aside for us, and then that wasn't enough. We eventually ended up on the side of the stage, and we all ended up on stage to Good Times. But I hadn't seen him in a long time, and just the feeling of camaraderie and love that we felt when we embraced was wonderful. So we are still very much in touch.
What's the short story there where at some point, I guess in the 80s, you guys parted ways? Did they go in a different direction, or?
They, we were work for hire, mm-hmm. We were signed to their production company. So I think they decided that they wanted to go in a different direction. I don't know all of the inside scoop about their partnership and the demise of that partnership and the reformation of that partnership. Mm-hmm. But it happens.
Oh, yeah.
It happens.
It's all very fluid. It's creative people working together, and, everyone's trying their best to create art, I guess, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. And creative spirits, like you said, creative spirits are very, very fluid and very, very passionate, about what we want and what we like. And sometimes we even become a little prickly with each other, but we all love each other dearly. Oh,
we do that all the time on House of Pride Radio.
You have no idea.
All right.
So you get it.
Yes. And it's coincidentally, Chic has their new song "I'll Be There" out now. It's charting. I've seen it on Billboard. I think it's on Billboard.
Yes.
Are you on that project too, or is that?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I am. I'm on that single. As a matter of fact, Niall asked Lucy, Fonzie Thornton, and I to come in and sing background with Falami and Kim. And it was just, we recorded it in the same room that we did most of the Chic stuff in.
Oh,
and
my God.
I was so
That's
overcome. I'm surprised I got a note. I'm really surprised that I actually got a note on that record, because it was so, I was so emotional just to hear the track, because the track is an outtake from a Sister Sledge song.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's an outtake from Got to Love Somebody.
Oh.
They didn't have a lot of outtakes, so you will hear that. That's in there. That's sampled in there. And you also hear Luther singing on it. So and you hear Bernard, and at the end of the track, you know, he said, "Let's do it again," or something like that. I can't remember what he said, but I was so emotional around that microphone. I could barely speak, much less sing. But I was really honored to be there.
It's an important record, bringing all of that back into one groove that's resonating. You're back on the charts. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Niall, for that, and congratulations to Niall. You know, I'm glad I was a part of the session, and yeah, I think it went to #1. You know, it gave Chic, Nile Rodgers and Chic, a #1 record after over 20 years. That is quite an accomplishment, and he's worked very hard to make that happen, and he deserves it.
Well, let me pass the mic on to everyone else. Frank, you guys have a question for Alfa?
No, I already. I'm soaking this up because I'm just in awe, and I love hearing all this, and you know, what I do have a question. Normally, you know, when you hear of people starting off singing, I mean, like Luther. I first heard of Luther in the group Change.
Yes.
You know, that's how far I go back, honey. You know, and you know, and a friend of mine I met on Facebook only and missed her concert, Lisa Fisher. She got her start through Luther, being back up for her. Now she's doing solo, and she's been touring and doing all these wonderful things. Where did you first start? What was your first exposure to I Want to Sing? Was it something from school? Was it church? Because you're so beautiful and you're so talented. I'm so glad you got into this. What was your inspiration?
I started singing. I did start singing in the church, but it's nothing that I thought that I could do for a living. I mean, I grew up in the South, and music, you know, piano lessons, dance lessons, all of that stuff was just a part of acquiring the social graces, quote unquote. So, but you always had to do something that you could make a living at. And in my family, it wasn't music. So, you know, I went to school and became a teacher, an educator. Got a master's in teaching English from Columbia University, and then later on a second master's in educational leadership from the Bank Street College of Education, and became a high school principal here in New York City.
Wow,
but
that is amazing. Wow, I love it. Singing has always been my passion. And when I came to New York, I started singing with the Bronner brothers, who were two young men who had a local group. They were from my hometown, and I started singing with them, and it just expanded from there. I met other background session singers, and I'll never forget the day that I actually met Luther Vandross. I was at a rehearsal, and a friend of mine, another singer, session singer named Edna Holt, who actually went on to become a part of the Ritchie family. Oh, I love the Ritchie family.
Told me that we should go and meet this guy. She says, there's this guy there's some friends of mine. There's Fonzie and Michelle and Luther, and they're rehearsing. So when we have a break, let's pop over to the rehearsal studio where they are rehearsing. And we did, and they actually happened to be on break. And I was introduced to both Fonzie and Michelle, and they took me over to Luther, and I'll never forget him. He was sitting in the chair in a pair of overalls, and his head was down. And I went over, and they said, "Hi, Luther, this is Alfa." He slowly lifted his head, said hello, and put his head right back down.
Oh.
And I said to myself, gosh, that went well. And a couple of days later, I got a phone call from someone saying that Luther would like to work with me. So sometimes things are just divinely ordered.
Wow.
Stars aligned.
Oh, I believe that.
Whatever, and we started singing together, and he is the one that really mentored me. Lisa, so many singers. Fonzie and I were talking about it. We said that Luther, it was his university, and he had professors and students in that university.
Wow.
So, I get. Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he was so good. And then I worked with him after Chic.
Oh, you did? What did you work on?
Yeah, I did CDs and albums with him, but I actually toured with him.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I was one of his background singer dancers for years, and I did the Busybody tour, some of the earlier stuff. When he had, and that's where I get that's really where my aesthetic comes from.
How did you have time to be a principal and tour with Luther
at the same time?
I did that afterwards. I was a teacher first at Hunter College of the City of New York, and when Chic got really, really popular, I realized that at that point I could really leave my day job and go. I took a leave of absence first.
Such a bold move.
But I did go out, and Chic was successful, and came back. And when we were no longer together, when the group disbanded, Luther asked me if I would go on the road with him, and I worked with him for many, many, many years. And after that, I went back into education, so I've been bouncing around. It's sort of my right brain, my left brain activities. And I finally, towards the end of my career in education, started working to find arts partners for schools so that kids could have art sequences and get some pre-professional training. So I finally was able to put those two things together. That's
great. And now kids will be inspired by your hand. Sort of like the University of Alpha.
Hey.
That's a good thing. We gotta start segueing out of here because the next group's coming in. But I want people to know where to go if they want to learn more about what you guys are doing.
Sure. There are some websites. There's nextstepmusic.us where you can find out about us. We also have a Facebook page, Official Next Step Music. If you want to get in touch with me, my website is officialalphaanderson.com, as well as my Facebook page, Former Lady of Chic. And check out our label, PacificElectronicMusic.com. Shout out to Gerald Greenberg, to Joe, to Mariana, the Arista Freaks, all the people that are supporting this music, as are you with your platform here on Mutiny Radio. So thank you so very much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And I think it would be fitting since you had mentioned how much Luther was a big influence in all of this to go out with a Luther song, and I'm gonna dedicate "Never Too Much" for everyone listening.
Great.
Love it.
Well, let's do this again, Alpha, if you'd like. I'd love to.
Myself. I'd love to. I'd love to bring my sisters Norma and Lucy with me.
Yes.
Fabulous.
You'll have to come back, Frank, for that.
Definitely. It's been an honor and a privilege, honey. Thank you so very much.
You're quite welcome.
Let's have a nice round of applause for Miss Alpha.
Thanks, lady.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
There's not a minute, hour, day, or night that I don't love you. 'cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spent my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you. You must have known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come in. Oh, my love. 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. I just don't wanna stop. Oh, my love. A million days in your arms is never too much. I just don't wanna stop. Too much, never too much, never too much, never too much.
All right, we're back, House of Pride, wrapping things up. It's getting late, Pearl Tees, but we have a special guest on the telephone.
Yes, we do.
We have a birthday girl.
Yeah, Vicky.
It's
Hi. Thank you so much for thinking of me, Tweaka. I love it. Thank you.
Did you get our little message?
Yes, I love it. You guys are the best. You're the best. I love you.
Everybody, who is this tweak on the phone? You do this. Who is this?
Oh, it's legendary Vicky Shepard.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
How are
guys-
you celebrating your
thank you.
birthday so far?
Well, my honey stayed home with me, and we've been together all day, and you're going to laugh. He helped me work on taxes because I'm doing taxes right now.
Oh, how romantic.
That's what we're
I know.
calling it nowadays.
And then we went out and had a little bit of lunch and celebration. And then I had one client had to do a little physical torture there.
All right.
And little S&M diva.
All right.
Oh, I love it. S&M diva.
And then I'm out with my other client. He said, "Well, why don't I just buy you a martini?" Because his birthday was Saturday. And so we're celebrating our birthdays together now.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Party hardy, everyone.
Yes.
Celebration.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. We've got, I've got a special event coming up on October 25th at the world famous Turf Club. And I want everybody to come out. We're going to do up Halloween big.
Oh, how
big
fun,
time.
Pearl. Why don't
Yeah,
you,
I want you guys to come,
yeah, well,
to come and be the stars there. I want to see you.
oh, okay. Frank's going to be
We're
there.
gonna do,
Frank's going to come with a coffin.
Yes, it's going to be in the
And some
afternoon
tools.
out on the patio.
Yeah, that's going to be
we are
great.
gonna
Something
make it
Wicked
happen.
This Way Comes to Hayward featuring Vicky Shepard doing a little bit jazz, blues,
I love
and
that.
soul, and she's going to possess
a
everybody.
little touch of soul. We are going to be absolutely wicked.
Absolutely.
I have no doubt. We're going to PR that before the showtime.
Oh,
yeah.
good. I can't wait to see you. And I know you will be rocking.
That was fun when you were here last. You brought 4 husbands. I couldn't believe it.
I know. My one husband's back in England. I got to get him back here hopefully for Halloween.
I'm so jealous.
I
I'm
am
still
know.
working on the
Hopefully I'll have
second
all
and third one.
Well, if any of them fall by the wayside, send them up to Pearl and I.
I could use another 2.
Well, can I have you guys as my 6th and 7th husbands?
Sure.
Well,
Are they
I would
Italian?
love it.
Oh.
I love it. It was such a treat to be with you in the studio. I hope we can do it again soon.
Absolutely. Tell our fans and your fans where they can go to learn more about you.
I don't remember what they look like.
Well, you can go to, there's a little bit on
They
my,
were cute.
please forgive me, my VickyShepard.com isn't quite as active as it should be, but you can see a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you Google me or, just on the web, you will see all types of, blurbs. I don't know what to call them.
And links, most likely.
Yeah, just little bits of information about various tracks, where I recorded. I have to sit down with my wonderful, wonderful, loving friend Tracy and do a whole big, we need to do like a bio huge page. Because there's bios all over the place that tell about me, but we need to make it massive on a big site. And my VickyShepherd.com I've neglected lately. But it is there. And they can go into, if you just Google me, you will find, pretty much good information. And also music, which would be good.
Yes, hello, music is life.
Oh.
Yes, she's all over YouTube, iTunes. You can purchase some music from iTunes.
Here you are on iTunes now. The Vicky Shepherd catalog is available for downloads and purchases at iTunes, Amazon, all the distribution sites, folks. So go there and check out this amazing artist.
Yep, she's local and she's beautiful and
Fabulous.
She loves people. She invites people and she has. And she loves to drop the F-bomb every once in a while, don't we, darling?
I love it.
We are truck drivers, aren't we, darling?
Yes, we are, and we can't wait. I cannot wait to see you October 25th. And maybe we can even sneak in maybe I can sneak into one show before then. How about that?
It's an open invite. You just let us know when it'll work for you. We're here every Wednesday.
Absolutely.
That'd be great if I can come sneak in with you before then.
Oh yeah, come in. You don't have to sneak in. You're invited. Come right on in. And let's do it up.
I will steal my fellow Lisa, Frankie, and we'll come in and hang out with you. Would that be okay?
Yes, Pearl.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, we have to wrap up our show, and it's a pleasure touching base with you. We look forward to that date, Vicky. Everyone say goodbye to the fabulous.
Goodbye, honey. Happy birthday. I love you.
Love you, Vicky.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for making my birthday so special. I love
Aww.
You're welcome, honey.
You're welcome, honey.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sweetie.
All right,
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, this is...
Thank you. That was cool.
This is the part of our show that... What do we do, Pearl?
Final thoughts.
Who wants to go first? Frank? You're right next to me. Go for it. Final thoughts.
Spade your pets.
Spade and neuter your pets.
Spade and neuter your pets.
Yeah, and world peace. Gary?
I thought he was going to say spade your boyfriends. Thank God. Just thank you very
Hog
much.
tie your boyfriend.
I know. Thank you, Tweaka and Pearl. I love doing this, even though it's once a year. It's so much fun with you guys.
Well, you're so busy.
Yes.
At the bank.
At the bank, girl.
I think we should do the next show naked, though.
Well, let's do the Halloween thing. That sounds fun. That'll fall right into kind of what we did last year.
Maybe after I get my tits.
Yeah.
her breastises.
Pearl Tees will premiere her brand new homegrown breasts.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
You know.
Ha-ta-tas.
All right, you guys. Catch us every Wednesday here at House of Pride Radio from 6 to 8 p.m. You know the deal.
That's right, folks. Thank you so much for putting up with us for the last 2 years. And believe it or not, our fan base continues to grow. I see the numbers, and so it's a good thing. We are here for you, public. So call us. Oh, we forgot to give out the number for people to call, but next time. We want you, next time we'll do it, call us. We want you to email us and just listen and be a part of our family, the House of Pride show, every Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's go out with the new Chic song that hit #1 that Alfa and the other ladies are involved with.
Let's do it.
And this is called I'll Be There. I'm so curious to hear this. Have you guys heard this yet?
No. This will be my first. I'm a virgin.
Good.
All right. We're all virgins. Here goes.
Yes.
Chic, I'll Be There.
Good night, ladies.
Love it already.
Into the disco scene.
a quick sub-closure from Silicon Valley Pride, Pearl Tees. Who do we have live on the air?
This is Troy, the entertainment director from Silicon Valley Pride.
Hi, Troy. Are you one of the? Are you the facilitator of the stage?
I am the main stage and the dance stage.
I saw how the stage has really been getting more embedded with great talent. Can you tell us how that's going along?
The talent lineup this year is absolutely amazing. The energy is going to be off the hook. We're so excited. It's very different from last year. We're very focused on a different, higher level of professional entertainment. So we're really excited about that. We got a lot of, instead of a little bit of entertainment for everybody, we got a lot of it for everybody. So it's going to be really exciting. And we're excited that we're moving out into the street.
Yes.
So this year is going to be so great.
And Jeannie Tracy, Debbie Holiday, the big dance diva names on there. That's exciting for me. I love that kind of music. And
love Jeannie Tracy. Known her for years. I used to perform with her many, many years ago.
Oh, you're a performer.
As well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I started out with dance. I had a dance troupe, and I had my own dance troupe, and then I did some choreography and backup dancing with Jeannie and with Debbie. And, a lot of old school divas. Jennifer Holiday. Tried to get her this year. We're working on her for next year, possibly.
That's fabulous. Well, I hope you come by for an interview at our little booth tent.
We're definitely going to come see you. I hope you're right next to our main stage.
Well, you should put us not too close to the stage because we're going to be talking a lot live with microphones.
Right.
Are you in charge of that part or no?
Thaddeus is in charge of that, but I will definitely put a plug in there for you.
Thank you so much. Send people over to us. I think Debbie Holiday said she would come over for an interview too, so it's cool.
Debbie Holiday will totally do that. She's very, very excited. She's thrilled. There's another performance artist named Flavor who's coming from Los Angeles, and performance artist. He's amazing. You're going to be so wowed by that.
Oh, I can't wait. I want to meet everyone. And I want to extend an invitation. Pearl and I want to extend an invitation to all the artists to come on by, stop by for a chat with us at House of Pride at Silicon Valley Pride this August 30th. Great. It's going to be a great event. It's your 40th year anniversary celebration, so everyone listening must go down to San Jose. So easy to get to.
Please come down. I swear you're going to be so wowed.
Indeed. And I will close out our show with the 1-minute promo that Pam and I made for you.
Great.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
See you on August 30th.
That's right. August 30th. Silicon Valley Pride, San Jose. All right, honey. See ya.
Join MutinyRadio.fm's House of Pride Sunday, August 30th, 2015 at the Silicon Valley Pride Festival.
We'll be down there live representing Mutiny Radio in our own booth, House of Pride booth. Pam, come on down.
It's going to be a great time. You guys can buy your tickets online ahead of time for only $10 at svppride215.event. Or you can buy them the day of the event for $15. It's a steal.
It's a fabulous event celebrating their 40th year this year, Pam. That's the Silicon Valley Pride and Festival, Sunday, August 30th.
Starting at 10:30 a.m. on Market Street.
And don't forget to enjoy the main stage this year with fabulous performers from Jeannie Tracy,
Chase Innovation, 10-piece powerhouse Prince tribute band,
Debbie Holiday,
Steve Grand, international recording artist,
and MK Nobilette.
The American Idol Top 10 finalist. What a great lineup at the Silicon Valley Pride Festival. I hope that you join House of Pride and MutinyRadio.fm Sunday, August 30th in San Jose.
See you there.
Can you tell me what food relieves insomnia, anxiety, stress, chronic brain, depression, nausea,